Base Committee meeting Monday, March 6, 2003 at 2:05. We are being videoed. Okay, has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from January 31st? Yes. Any problems with them? No? They looked fine, yeah, you were there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Any corrections? Okay, I entertain a motion to accept.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Okay, okay. The minutes from January 31st, 2023 have been accepted.
We didn't take a vote.
Oh, take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, okay, now the minutes are.
Now they're official.
Yep. I have that in there. Okay, I'll circle that one. All right. Okay, and did everybody get a chance to see the letter to the Board of Selectmen?
I thought I sent you comment.
You did, and I switched it.
Okay.
Yep, I updated it, yeah. Yeah, what was it, what you said? Yeah.
I didn't realize we were supposed to review it for,
Well, if there
This
was
should
something
come,
else,
so-
you know, if you want to change it, feel free. It's not out there, you know? So if anyone,
okay.
and we don't need to vote on it, so we want to just,
No, I thought it was fine because it's very,
do you think that
Direct and-
we can just switch it around a little bit to cover the Conservation Commission? Because we wanted to send them, well, those will be the letters of, here we are, here's the plan, review it if you want, okay?
Yeah, 'cause we all
Yeah,
need the-
All right, okay. Just the BOS, okay. So can you put it on stationery? You did that? And bring it tomorrow night?
yep.
we need, who do we need to give it to?
To the Board of
Board of Selectmen and Planning Board.
Oh, planning board.
Oh, okay, planning, yeah, that's right. Plan.
Those are the two required,
The required ones, yes.
so we need one for planning board.
Okay.
So isn't that just the,
That one
on
was
the
just,
top, whoever it's going to?
yes,
Can I see that for a second?
you can keep that.
I have a printout on it.
Oh, so that's just plugging in Douglas
Conservation, planning.
Planning Board. Okay.
All right, that's great. Great. And planning, Vicki. Oh, and open an envelope.
If you want it for any other departments, I can just make them up anyways. I'll make them up.
Yeah, I think we don't need approval, well,
No, after they're done, after it's done, we can put a cover letter on it, but I think we only need review from the selectmen and
we
the
only,
planning board.
yeah,
Yeah.
but she said, if,
If you
you know,
want to do it to the
others.
Conservation Commission or anybody else, I
Right.
can
It wouldn't hurt to have
plug in the,
additional ones.
plug it in if you just want to give it to them. Or Recreation Commission,
Yep, recreation,
extras.
historic, they won't look at it. And the beautification. And is there a recreation commission? That's the question.
We're elected, so there has to be a recreation commission, but
Right.
the last time I looked, it wasn't even listed on the website.
I could bring it to the woman that works at the, she's on the committee that works at the Webster Credit Union, and last time.
Oh, John?
Yeah. I could just bring it there.
Yeah.
So at least she could share it with them somehow.
Well,
We made the effort.
why don't we just give it to Mr. Bonin, who's tomorrow,
Oh,
because
yes,
he's on the committee.
yes, that's right.
He's on the rec commission.
Okay. Yeah, so just
Rick and Concom.
rec and Concom, planning and Board of Selectmen.
Okay.
Great. All right, I called Danny this morning, and she didn't pick up, just to see how things were going, to see if she's, anything's moved along or whatever, but I'm sure she's submitted it. She said she was going to, but it's in line to get, okay, so anything we can add to it, it's still in the process.
I have a question, because I didn't have time to look, but for some reason I had to look at this page for the Conservation Commission report from last year. And does anybody remember Briarwood Circle property? There's 4 acres that the commission has to protect as open space.
Yeah, I've got some weird little places here.
Didn't ring any bells, so I'm gonna look that up
I'm
Yeah.
trying,
and see if that's part, that was listed.
Where is
There are 9 places listed here, and I thought we only had like 6 in the report.
Where's Briarwood?
I don't know. I think I tried to look it up and,
I think if Briarwood is by Children's Haven, there's a little chunk in there, and I'm trying to think of that one.
Oh, here I see Briarwood Circle, yeah.
but did we, is it on our list?
There's something there. That's conservation, yeah.
Anyway, I'll look.
No,
I'll compare
it's
these.
not, you know. And then there were others, yeah. There was one that she was not, didn't necessarily
Yeah, but
have
she pulled,
on Cummings Court,
Well, Cummings Court was Laura,
or Nina.
Nina Burrows.
Is that on there?
Yeah, that was on our list, and that's on this list. So you can, I'll pass this around. But for some reason, this Briarwood Court didn't ring a bell. And there's White and Reservoir Estates, did we have that on there? That's 5 acres up there? Okay. You wanna-
Okay.
It's on the left side. I mean, I just rather have it at least up to date through.
Yeah. Yeah, up at the top of Douglas Hills, what
Yeah.
is that one?
But did we have that on our list?
I don't know. I did send Danny that list and make sure she's...
Well, I'll look at the list
Look
and
at the
compare it to
draft,
this.
yeah.
And if not, I'll send her
Yeah.
the ones that aren't, you can pass that way back.
oh, sorry.
And she spelled your father's last name wrong on the thing. How could that happen? Didn't you change your name to make it easier?
Okay. So Lisa has homework.
Yeah. Okay, now the Walnut Street 61B removal and follow-up for the meeting tomorrow night. I put together a lot of information to bring.
Well, the agenda for tomorrow says if there's a discussion and it's up for a vote. And I believe I sent you all the timelines that I put together.
Yeah. Right here. So they're going to vote on it outside of the executive session this time, right?
They're still within a time frame, so they could choose to vote on it or
Put it on.
not. But it's on the agenda as a possible vote.
Early in, what time did you see?
No, it was like the 4th or 5th item. So there's discussion and there's the vote. And so I think we need to prepare to be able to present our arguments
Arguments.
why they need to act on this particular property. And then we can talk about this under new business or whatever, but then I think soon we have to revisit the process of someone applying to take their property out of chapter And I have an example out of Auburn, process-wise, that we might want to look at adopting. But this particular situation has been pretty messy.
Well, I can bring, maps, the biomap, to show its core habitat, this conservation to show where there's, cut-throughs. This map shows where there's, so much land that is, which we don't want to say, that this is all the land that's available that person who just died has, but this particular piece, we can make a way to get back to, somehow figure out a way to use an access from that street to get back to the conservation land that's behind it.
So I am pretty certain that none of the selectmen have been out there to look at it. So have any of us been out there to look at it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I talked to the realtor whose sign is up there, and she said she has 3 parcels for sale, all at $124,900 each, and that then there's one that has a deposit and a builder for it. So that's the 4th lot of the 4. And then shows, I'm showing what each lot around, this is conservation, this is what's in question, and how, why is there a panhandle here, and, it's like, why isn't it up against the edge of the property and things like that, but there's so much water.
But we can't control what the owner wants to do.
Right.
We can only say, this is what the town should proceed to do. So does this lot have like parking potential, parking area potential, trail potential? I think we have to talk about those things and how, as the
Right.
population grows, we can use words like equitable and access all over town and not just in a specific area.
And it also helps with the climate resiliency too. Anything that you're saving for, and not building is contributing to climate resiliency.
Right. And, there's just the fact that there's like a river that runs right through it.
I am all for that. You just have to keep in mind that one particular board member at the last meeting said regarding I believe it's the property the state presented to them, as long as it doesn't impede development. So we have to know our audience, right? And if all they're concerned about is building, then we have to make a really strong argument that this could possibly enhance the quality of life for the people who live there or who are coming there, that kind of thing. But to block ourselves off, we don't want to block ourselves off from being able to create a park system down there, something like that. And trails.
And it's not necessarily stopping development, because that was put into 61 to help preserve it and save on taxes.
They don't like that.
And having it not developed open space saves money for the town.
Schools.
Yeah. On all town expenditures, you're not putting those out.
We have to really hammer that home.
Plus the fact that there's so much land that's around there that's being logged on the other side of the road in preparation, legally logged, and this is all wet, right? It runs right through it all. It's all swamp, but that's, if
But
someone
again-
wants to buy it for $125,000, yeah.
But is there a space that, if it is open space, is there a space that we can put in a couple spaces for parking? Or is it that wet? I mean, they have
They're
a
gonna
plan
build a
for a
house.
driveway somewhere.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think the driveway is
Is
going
in the
over
next
through.
lot.
In the next lot.
So it's a shared driveway.
No, it's going to go, the driveway's going to go right through this lot to this house, because there's,
So do they have it
It's in the deed,
An easement?
I guess so. Right there.
So if this was taken by the town, so then the town, using it as access through someone else's property, that would have to transfer, correct?
If I remember correctly in reading that thing, I don't know why they just wanted to take that one out of Chapter 61, because it sounded like
They're all for
the
sale.
the same person on that second lot is getting the first lot.
Right,
I've
no, I
got the-
see that there was some sort of thing that they wanted both lots, perhaps.
Yeah, there was something at the bottom, and I don't think I saved a copy of that. That was what was written out on that. It's probably at home.
It was the purchase and sale.
Yes, it was all the way towards the end of that, on the last.
So I think the biggest argument here is that it gives us access so that you can go Walnut Street to Chestnut Street, right?
Yep. And that was the other one that had.
But they, there's access through, but that's not,
Well, it doesn't have to be huge, I'm just asking.
Right.
Is there enough? Or if there's something with,
see, this is Pilch too, this is all. So there's something through here or there too. But that's not the lot in question.
which is the,
That's the lot in question.
so in some respects, I guess my other question, just to play the devil's advocate here, is there a better lot? Is there a better way to go from Walnut to Chestnut? But the problem is that you never know if it will come before the town, or if you'll have the option to get it, or is there a way for us to look at possibly approaching an owner with a proposal for a different kind of easement? So I'm just saying, if they vote it down,
Then
we
go
don't
on
have
to
to
that.
give up. I think we have to dig in and say, we want this to happen.
Right. This has opened our eyes to an area that's, with, I've seen people walking up this Thomas Circle empty development and accessing this conservation land. So, yeah, it might be preferable to do that, to have a little river walk that goes along here on another part of it.
So I think we have to keep in mind, yes, we want to ask them to vote to take this piece of property, but also to educate them about the possibilities here, right? Because whatever time we can have is a little bit of time that we haven't had before.
Yep.
Right? But we also, I think, have to work on our standing.
Relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, because I know conservation, I can go ask Matt too, but conservation actually took a vote. They had seen this lot before, like last fall or something like that, and they actually took a vote. Planning board, unless it was at their last meeting, they've never had it on their agenda. So they had us and they had Conservation Commission giving input. The commission said, we'll pass, we don't think we need to take it, and we said we should take it. So how they got to
The
their
board's
conclusion,
recommending, yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
Did you find it?
That last paragraph. So if they go to sell lot number 2, they have to offer lot number 2 to the buyer of lot number 1. And he has, I think, 7 days, according to that last paragraph or something, to buy it. If he doesn't, then it will go to somebody else. So he basically, I don't know why they wrote that in there for right of first refusal to buy it, unless he wants it down the road.
Because that's in chapter 61 as well.
Yes,
So
Have to go
7
through the
days
whole
are
process.
worthless, so
this is true.
unless they make the offer and put money down or something to hold it. That's interesting. So,
Can I see that map again? The map,
oh, this one?
no, the yellow one. They color coded.
So we got to think about who wants what piece of this. How do we make the presentation?
Well, these guys said they'd come. I don't know if you want to come or whatever tomorrow night at 7-ish.
Where?
Here.
That Board of Selectmen meeting that we're on the agenda for discussion and voting.
Yeah, see, the way they redivvied this up, it's technically not abutting it anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Because this is town-owned, and because they went this way and in. So
Well,
there's this little
okay, if we're gonna-
oddball space that's
For the
still...
discussion, I mean, I'd be glad to say, show them the maps and where other land is and the proximity to Jefferson and Thomas Circle and, the 2 streets, so, and then we push, so open with maps.
Yeah, the connections and that this is an underserved area of town regarding
Yeah.
open space.
Okay. But used by residents via Thompson,
And we have that 28 acres that we should be able to access
right?
from both sides.
Yeah, it's perfectly proportioned in the middle of an island of houses all the way around it, so.
Becky, do you want to say something about being able to build like a through trail or being able to make more connections in town, which is something you work a lot on?
Yep, I think we should. I would like to explore the possibility of making a trail through there from one end to the other.
Yeah.
And then, you cross Chestnut Street and you're in Tessino land, which is wet, but, it's, doesn't mean you can't build a tower and put a septic tank in it.
Well, I just think it's important that it's just not one of us on the committee giving all the information, because then
Okay. You're better off with the legalities and stuff like that.
well, I'll remind them that when one of these requests come in,
Yeah,
I think it's great that they're staying on top of it and making sure the request is accurate and following what needs to be done, but that these shouldn't be treated lightly and just rubber stamped, because
things are
it seems
killing.
we're one of the only committees that takes a bird's eye view versus, does it meet our
Right.
wetlands parameter? Does it meet, is it an A&R or not on planning board? I mean, pull back and say, how does this look for the whole town?
Right.
Yep.
So I can do
Yeah,
that.
there are certain things that they should look at with a checklist of like, okay, is this near this or that, or, and just the whole biomap and everything like that.
So
shows
there were 4 properties, and 3 are going to have houses, and this one is open.
There along the street, there are four properties for sale.
Right.
And this is the first one to go up for sale.
Okay. But
But-
isn't this also with the wetlands the least desirable to build on?
They're all pretty bad, I don't know.
It's pretty wet in there.
Yeah, but this, as far as, having to use the driveway on another piece of property, it's pretty bad for wetlands.
So I think that could be part of the selling too, that, I don't know.
Why do they want this? That's what, and they were like, okay, if they don't get, they want the other one too, it's two people's names shortened as the company, and I think they're builders, so they're gonna slap up a few, and it doesn't matter to them whether the driveway's in the side yard of the second house or not.
Right.
And that
But
leaves
saying
two more.
one property out of four is attempting to be saved for open space, that it is inclusive for the whole town, that it does connect. Right? But I think saying that it's only one of four properties,
Well, and more.
They're still developing,
But,
you know.
yeah, let's keep it to 4.
One,
If we talk about it, let's keep it to,
Yeah, we don't want to talk about the 80 acres across the street yet.
And maybe just for the listening audience or whatever, we're not taking money away from the owner,
right?
Right.
because the town would still have to pay that purchase and sales price. But we're making an investment on behalf of the town in future open space and linkages.
Right.
And if they are going to end up building up all around there, it's nice to have a little area where people can go for walks.
They could bring the
Dogs,
price up if
yeah.
it was
Right.
conservation land in the backyard.
Right.
Bring your rowboat.
So I don't really know what kind of questions to expect. I don't know if any or all of them have been out there, and who knows when the last time is that they've even ridden by there.
I was almost thinking that after we're done here, driving over there and taking a walk, go check it out.
We actually drove over there and looked at one of the lots. It's pretty wet.
Yeah, the sign is on lot 2, I think she said. Lisa something. Lisa Shaw.
Okay.
But- Yeah, I've never walked, I've driven down Chestnut Street plenty of times, and it's just west of number 73, Chestnut Street is, but, it's kind of like Nina's property, it's trees, there's no carved out access. So.
All right, does that sound, we start out with Sue and maps, giving them location and perspective, and then Becky, you talk about linkages and the need for,
How much open space there is down in that part of town, and that even whether it's built up or not, we should carve out a place that they, can be a greenway for critters and stuff.
Yep.
yeah, Greenway, that's a good one. Because, and to remind them, well, I can do that too, but I'll talk about the process and then the bird's eye view, and we're not talking about the next 5 years, we're talking about the next 100 years. Or,
Yeah, look at all the things that are saved, how many 100 years ago today that we love that's in this
exactly.
town.
Some people argue we have enough trees and we have enough, but
Doesn't
They're
make
not
up for
making-
downtown Boston and the lack of trees that they have there.
but they're not making any more.
Right. And they're
So-
continuing to come down.
Yeah, the trees are,
Oh,
we're not making any more land and the trees are
More Oak
disappearing,
Street.
so. Okay, I think that sounds good.
right, and if anybody wants to come and throw in a little drama, go for it. No,
Kathy,
no
did you want to pick a part of it and say something, or?
Sure. Whichever one. I mean, I can talk a little bit about trails. I mean, maybe I could jump in with you and just
Yep. And
say
you
if it
have-
is going to get developed,
Yeah, and you can
in the
compare to
future.
what Worcester is like compared to where, you come from, and if, whatever. If you feel like it, if you're not here.
So, just remember the last meeting. So where the microphones are is basically where the members sit. And then, like Kathy, where you and Becky are is basically where the guests come to the table. All right, so just keep that perspective, because I think last time we didn't exactly, we didn't sit at the table,
Yeah.
and then I was handing out papers and stuff like that, so we have to think of the optics of sitting at the table versus, you know, if you need us to stand up and hold a map and make a presentation or whatever, things like that, but just in the way they communicate. Think about that.
I'm going to try to make the maps small that they can pass around and look at them closely.
Gordon, did you want to pitch in?
Sure. Talk about Worcester. And
Yeah, how lucky you are to have a few places that,
Yes,
you
I
know.
moved here for the open space, and, you know, it's a
Did a
tough
lot of
balance for
people.
development and open space, but you really do need that space. The
it
scientific
really-
evidence proves that healthy people live in
Right,
open
I love
space.
that one, that we want to be one of those towns.
It really, that's why we moved here too, you know? Granted, it was a lot of years ago,
Right,
but
and
I mean, it's still why we came here, and it's just, you know, that's what you want to preserve so that people do still want to come here. I mean, go live in Worcester if you don't want trees, you know, it's like,
Yeah,
and I mean, I can even say my neighborhood, since we've been here, I mean, we used to walk our dogs all around the loops back there, like down Linden Street, down Perry, around, and I don't dare anymore because people fly through those
Right,
streets.
it's
So
not
it would be
ready.
nice to have a close area to be able to go and,
Yeah.
right. The narrow streets have made it so
Yeah.
that it's hard to walk. You can't ride a horse, you can't
yeah,
ride a bike, you can't walk your dog. So you need these little pockets of green for
Exactly.
the birds. And
But that's really good, why we came here and why we live here.
yep,
Quality
Why
of
we
life.
stay, yeah.
There's a balance. So that's what we should try
and
to
I'm sure
achieve.
people were complaining when my development went in. It's a small development, but it's still, I guess it was very pretty forest there, but, so
Was
yeah,
it under
develop,
chapter 61?
I don't know.
Well, in fact, the chapter, you know, if that comes up, the chapter property helps the town access some of these. Because otherwise,
Exactly.
if this,
People would just want to make money and sell it all.
well, if it's on the,
Develop
if
it.
it's on the market, so to speak, which this sort of is, but I mean, it gets super competitive. Almost all the A&R lots in town have disappeared, have been bought.
Yep.
that's what she said, this is an A&R.
Approval not required. So,
Yeah, why?
and so so what's the town's, you know, that's the other part of it. What's the town's vision? What's the town's plan for,
Exactly.
which is the process we've just been through?
Yep.
And
We
so
we
we're
could
gonna.
tell them with our surveys.
Yeah,
Yeah, people come here for that. It's
yeah.
clear from our surveys, people want more open space.
Has the select board seen our plan yet? Or your plan, our plan?
They
Open
have
space
it, right?
plan?
Well, but I think Danielle was going to send it to, but I don't know whether she did or not.
Yeah, we still have to come in and make the present, once the, was it secretary sign, or, once the person signs off at the
Have they
state level.
received it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
something like that. So we worked hard over the past year to make a plan so that there is integrated space and everything.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, and Tim Bonin knows that we worked. I mean, he saw me hanging signs here and there. all
we came
over.
to a meeting,
Yeah,
you know, so we've.
I mean, I could say that's why we moved here and why I joined the Open Space Committee, and we just worked a whole year on putting together a plan.
you were
Now-
fortunate enough to get on board in
Yeah.
order to participate.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds good. What's next? Okay, has everybody enjoyed the Zooms? The Zoom meetings, the Mass Open Space and Recreation Zoom
I didn't
meetings.
see it.
You didn't see any of them, no? You can
I
still
thought you
see
signed up
them.
for all four of them.
It's probably on YouTube or something, right, or on the website?
You can watch, yeah, you were the one that signed up for all four of them, I thought. You were excited about that?
Which one was it? I've been doing Zoom left and right. As a matter of fact, I have one tomorrow night that I'll pass on because of this meeting,
Oh,
but
yeah.
mostly for pollinators and native plants and stuff.
It
But
was the open space one where the first one was how to write an open space and recreation plan, and I forgot what the other three
You can
modules were.
still watch them. though.
yeah, I'll have to check into that.
Yeah. I wrote down, I missed one, the most important, no, the second one, the most important one.
I'll go watch them all too.
Did you guys watch?
I
them?
didn't get to know.
Yeah,
Watch it.
yeah.
I will, I'll go back and look.
Yeah, I'll email, unless you want to, you can probably figure out how to find them, but I can email everyone
That makes it
address.
easy.
When I walked in, I looked, I said, I thought it was just a paper office.
Yeah, they were good. The last one was the guy talking about, restore, it was interesting, the coast of Boston. And that was his project, and they're making seawalls, and they're making a pier, a pleasant pier, for recreation, and then it's gonna kind of get flooded, and there's a place to check out shells and stuff if it's not too polluted, and they've got high hopes. It's a lot of expensive work, but. So, all right, and anything else? New old business? I mean, for, last time we talked about the Metacomet landowner Zoom, which we said was best not to do yet.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That was with Metacomet and Audubon, and because it's so hard to basically recruit people to either come physically to a meeting or to watch on Zoom, we're changing the tactic a little bit and putting together a list of just trying to talk to people, landowners, one-on-one. Or if there's a group that wants to get together and then talk to them via Zoom, collecting them that way. But even if you go to the tax records and try to say, okay, these are chapter 61, then by the time you send them a letter and try to coordinate a presentation, and it just never gels, or you get 3 people for a whole lot of effort. So the whole idea is we're just trying to look at folks who are much more, who are prospects, and then maybe reach out to all of you and say, do you know any of these folks? Maybe they're a neighbor or whatever, and would they be interested in just sitting down with 2 people who could offer them suggestions, or what are they going to do for the future with their property?
Yeah, that's more personable.
Well, I think we would
Their
reach,
questions are asked.
yeah, but we'd also, in theory, reach more people than just,
Mailings, yeah. All right, and did you figure out if that was West Industrial Zone at the Webster line? Because there's a new map in that room, and it shows there is, it's
Oh.
not, yeah, it's commercial, it's not industrial.
it's commercial yet. No, but I thought I sent an email to folks, but I did go to the assessor's office, and he said he didn't have a problem if the open space and recreation plan had a map that, that the state property showed through, like the industrial zone on the west side. Because it can be zoned industrial, but it's state property, so it's basically it just doesn't work.
You
It's,
can call it whatever you want, it don't belong to you.
right. Right.
Stay on it.
There's nothing you can do with it. But the commercial zone on the south side is correct. It's that they also had a piece on the north side, which was, I think, Bill and Lisa's trail. That was
Yep.
wrong. So I'll have to look at that,
No,
but,
on that map, that's exactly what it shows, and it's
Okay.
2019 map,
okay.
so it's more up to date. And I got Ken's got the letters for the ADA, but he hasn't, he's probably busy. Um, That's, yeah, that's all I had for old and new business.
Your comment, Lisa, about revisiting the Chapter 61 removal process, so you want that for agenda on the next meeting?
Yeah, actually, that would be good, because then I can, one of my board members suggested looking at Auburn's process, and then I remembered that's where Matt's from, so we could talk to him and say, or maybe even have him come into the meeting. And what do we have to do to upgrade our process so that maybe it matches that more closely? The annual town meeting's also coming up, and they've already opened the warrant for items, but I don't know if there's anything in particular we can do.
How long's it open till?
Probably the middle of the month or something. I think they need 60 days from town meeting, which is beginning of May. Probably closes around the 1st of April, maybe. I don't know. You have to be you have to,
Get your head, yeah?
think in a year in advance, just to be able to, and if it's a planning board or anything, zoning or anything like that, it has to have certain hearings before it can even get to the point of being looked at for the warrant, so.
So after this meeting, we'll start on planning for the next one?
It's very process heavy, yeah. Oh, but, Becky, I don't know if you heard, but I heard the new supervisor at Wallen Lake is a Douglas native.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ron Son. I'm actually meeting with him on tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
What's his,
Will
Anderson?
Anderson, yep.
I don't remember.
He was not DCR proper, but still under DCR auspices. Water, yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then he was a seasonal for a while at Blackstone Valley, which is down in Uxbridge.
Yeah. But when he lived in Douglas, or does he still live in Douglas?
I don't know where he lives.
Yeah,
Because he told us he lived in Douglas.
he's a native, yeah.
I'm-
He grew up here, yeah,
Yep.
I should say.
So I'm meeting with him tomorrow, so.
Cool.
Tell him to start plowing earlier. I have to get the dog down there. Yeah. All right. Well,
I forgot, I was digging around and I found out there's a property for sale kind of behind me on Perry Street, and I think it abuts the conservation land on U Street. It's like 20-something acres. It's a big, long, skinny thing, so I don't know if it's worth anything. I think this is the conservation.
Oh, on
It might or it might not.
U Street?
So this is Perry. It's like way down at the end of Perry. It's like number 13 or something like that. There's just like this road that goes in the woods.
Oh, I know it, let me see,
Yeah.
because
It's like, this is me right here.
this is U Street, right?
Yeah. And the conservation I thought was right.
It is, either one of these, but this is all still,
I think it was this house.
this is all still,
I thought there was unknown property in there.
I thought it was that.
yeah.
So that's for sale right now.
Yeah, owner unknown is for
Yeah.
sale? Who's going to
It
get the
says it's
money?
on the assessors, it
That
says Jamie.
No, this
No, it's the
one.
one next to it.
Oh,
Kathy's got this one.
oh,
See, because there's a little, well, there was some,
Yeah, it is, this piece
Right
right
here.
here.
yes, yes.
But, so, and then the one next to it is owner unknown, and the one above it is conservation land. You're talking about.
So, yes, so it is, this is conservation land, right here,
Yep.
number 5. Yep.
How much?
I think it was 2 something. I could look on Realtor.com.
So obviously that wasn't,
There's like a driveway
Oh,
up
I see, yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
Perry.
that must not have been listed under chapter 61 then.
Yeah. It said for zoning, it said RA.
How wide is that
Very easy.
out to the road?
It's probably, yeah.
It's a road, it looks like.
Is it enough for,
I mean,
there's a difference between what a subdivision can be versus,
How it drives?
It's like 20-something acres, so.
oh, acres, yeah. not feet.
Huh.
But it's also got, look at this down here. It's got lots of opening on Perry Street.
The unknown one.
Oh, that's right. Like, ding.
Yep.
Because the owner is Jamie Yalian or something like that from Grafton. I wonder if he's related to the one that owns the main place. Or if it is.
Yeah, the question is
Oh,
how,
geez, 700,000, that's what they want for it.
Ooh, then maybe it won't go fast.
But it's 23 acres.
Huh?
but this access right here,
So see, it has like, you kind of have to look for it driving down Perry.
Yep.
Well, look, oh no,
It's almost to the corner.
yeah, this is Booty, it's Bulette.
Brown,
Brown,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's this piece.
That's a lot of money.
Interesting.
What's this one? That's-
Shared
I wonder-
driveway?
I wonder
So
why I
it's so
have
skinny,
this
it would
on
have to
here.
probably be one driveway for all of them.
21 point.
Well,
If they did a bunch of
assuming if it's,
houses.
yeah, if it's just one person buying it to,
Interesting. Okay.
put a house on it.
Well, it says it was once set up for a single-family build, but there are so many other possibilities.
Tall
Attached zoning usage for flexible development, residential compound, assisted living, nursing home, solar farm, and much more.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
Not what I want behind me, but,
well, that's right, you are right there, aren't you? Yeah.
yep.
Do you go on that owner unknown back there? No, you don't. Because there's another piece, I don't know what this,
It might start, though. See, I'd have to get through, yeah.
yeah, so this piece is owner unknown, right?
Yep.
I don't know who owns these two. I've put a question mark on those two. And then this is conservation land. No,
6 and 8
5.
Eastern. This-
Five
just
and
this one.
6.
Is it 5 and
There's
6?
6 at least, I mean, 7,
5 is-
5 is, yeah. This, yeah, this is all dashed. So this, you know, this is continues with all this. So that might all be brown or blue. That's where Paula Brulette used to live.
I think it is.
So I guess I have to cut through all my neighbors to get there.
Still belongs to her, yeah. Well, we could approach her.
Because I could ask, like,
I don't know.
Because that,
talk to these guys and see if I can get a path through there. And it'd be nice to ride all in there. Because I have a place to ride, right?
Yep.
yeah, because that's all this, their little roadway and everything.
So anyway, just something to keep on our radar, I
But
guess.
someone else lives in that house. And, yeah.
Yeah, but we should talk about, yeah, okay. Put that on the list.
Yeah, I think basically I just went around and wrote down the large chunks and what the number was.
Okay, so when's our next meeting?
All right.
Tomorrow. Oh, did you have to post that?
I didn't. Because it's not really a meeting. it's
No, we're
just-
attending a
just-
meeting.
We're being attended,
Dale's not.
no. Should I go to Chris?
Yeah. Or I can do it because I have to go down there anyway.
Okay. Next meeting of us is, I'm going to Florida. We could have it down there at the beach.
Pay my transportation, I'll go.
Okay, I'll fly a jet right up landed by, I'll charge it at those charging stations. It doesn't necessarily work.
I thought they were broken.
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to. a scam. Okay. So, 1, 2, I'll be back in 3.5 weeks. April? I get home on the 30th, so. April, I don't know. Everybody likes Tuesdays, it's my husband's birthday, I can make an excuse and get out. Do you want to make it April 4th at 2?
That's fine with me.
Yep, works for me.
April 4th at 2?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes, meeting, okay, 2 PM. Yeah. We should really have it at 4. 2 PM. We started this whole thing on 2/2/22.
In the book. In the book.
You're at,
It's in the book.
what's in the book?
Yeah. April
April Fool, yeah.
4th.
Okay.
All right,
I move to adjourn.
okay, all in favor?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Put them in line.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, 5 of 3.